Hi guys, good night, good night. I know I have not jumped in here for a little while, but this is like the 30th of March, which is tomorrow is the end of March. So it's the culmination of our big March Madness promotion and everything, every single thing that you ever thought of that you needed in a discount. All right, for those of you that literally sit down and wait for these things to happen every single year, and tomorrow it will be the biggest one yet. And I am doing this now because you see how the entire day we already ready now. We have all the tents are up, all the tables are here, chairs, everything. You know, it's look at the time. It's a little late, but you know, we just have to make sure that we get everything together and ready for y'all tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be grand. Yes, tomorrow is going to be grand. Tomorrow is going to be grand. So remember, we're going to kick this off at 12. I'm not going to try and stay on here too long. I haven't been on here for a while. You guys know how I love jumping on my live, but I do all of the videos from behind the scenes now, so you still get to hear my voice and everything. You still get to do all that stuff, but I'm just not in front of the camera. But because of tomorrow, y'all know how I'm full of excitement. Because of tomorrow from noon until 6 o'clock, come, like I put in the caption, come see some homes. Come see one of these homes that you might want to build. Come see what it is. You know, come immerse yourself in that experience, because a lot of you are like, oh my God, one day I want to ditch my landlord for good, but I don't know where I'm going to go live. Hey, come to Avalon. Come to Avalon, because this will be one of the best places to live in Guyana, bar none, upon completion. And I'm going to get back on here a little bit more often so that you guys just like, oh my God, I haven't seen you on the live for a while. But I haven't, because I've been behind the camera. My thing, however, is to get you guys re-excited again. For those who your excitement kind of like fizzled out over time, I want to get you guys back in that whole, you know, I want to get to my home, and this time you're not making all these excuses about why you shouldn't get to your home. What are you gonna do? Pay your landlord rent forever, or pay your landlord's mortgage forever? Did you know that all of the programs that we offer here at Fabulous Homes are interest-free programs? Did you know that? Yes, they're all interest-free programs, and they're designed to get you to your very own home. You just have to decide to get there, because as we've been saying for years and years and years, for so many of you that have been listening, some of you that has been on the fence, for so long, it's like, oh my God, well, Jack, I really hope that, you know, I really wish I'd gotten on board how many years ago, right? I really hope that I have gotten on board from since when, you know, 2-3 years ago, or 4-5 years ago. Hey, by now you would have been in your house, right? By now you would have been in your home. So for those of you that have taken that step and are getting there, and some of you that are already in your home, like I tell every last one of you, come out here and you get to see people that are just like you, that decided to do exactly what you've been sitting on this fence and waiting to do all these years. You can come and see that folks have done the same thing. They have done the same thing. They have built their home. They built a house that, you know, they didn't hang their hat where their hand couldn't reach it. They built a house that they can afford to pay for. And most of these programs are for 10 years. I have yet to see any of these people that have waited the entire 10-year period to pay off their home. Most of them have paid it off in about 3 years, 4 years tops. That's about it. And remember, this program didn't just start in Avalon. Remember that? It didn't start in Avalon. It started outside. We were building on your land, wherever you own land, across Guyana, right? So whether you were in Essequibo, or if you're in Berbice, or you were locally right here within the city, within Region 4, of course, that's where most of the projects that we've done have been built. And to date, we have done over 1,100 of you guys. So it's not something that we talk about. This is something that we've been doing over and over again, and we stay right in your faces all the time. We're one of the most transparent real estate companies in Guyana, bar none. We show you everything that we're doing. We ask you to come out to the community to see the homes that we're building now. Mind you, I must put a pin there. Our niche is primarily luxury. We love to build the mansions. Those mansions might be 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, 20,000 square feet and up. In Guyana, however, because there was only 1% of the market that could have afforded what we provided, we decided to create a program, what we call Luxury on a Budget. So we decided to build Guyana traditional homes with the fabulous home flair to it, basically. We build you a nice house. You didn't have to spend 500,000 US to build it. You started from back in the day, you had homes for $5 million. Can you remember that? You remember when homes were $5 million? And it wasn't a matchbox. It wasn't a matchbox. It was a nice 2-story house with 2 bedrooms with 1 bath. Could you remember that? And that came with land. And then you ask yourself, but did these folks know what they were getting, what kind of deals they were getting back then? And look at where the homes are now. The price went from 5 to 8 to 10 to 12 to 14, and now it's a $16 million. So for those of you that have been sitting on the fence this whole time and waiting to see if the price is going to go back down at some point, it ain't going back down, honey. It ain't going back down. So what is your excuse for waiting? You know, what really is the excuse for waiting? You're going to buy it when it's 25 million. There's some of them that were like 10 and 12 million that are now 12, 14, 16, 25 million. And it continues to go up. Real estate does not stay stagnant, people. I told you guys when I came to Guyana and people were saying, hey, I don't want to go to Diamond. Diamond is too far. It's so far. Diamond is this. Diamond is that. It's a swamp. It's this. It's that. Who's going to go there? And within 18 months, everybody wanted to go there. Right? Everybody wanted to go there. Now, look what Diamond is. Diamond Grove. Look what happens there. And you sit down and you ask yourself, but if I had taken the opportunity to buy something back then, I don't want to get too fancy in terms, right? You could have benefited from tremendous equity, what we call rainy day money, that you could now apply towards hair. You could borrow against it. You could go borrow against it to start your business. You could borrow against that equity to go build another house. Or maybe you want to build an apartment complex. You know, you could have borrowed against it to send your child to school, to some Ivy League university somewhere. You use the equity in your property that you have bought, if you've taken advantage of it back then, to now propel you to another level without having to ask somebody for $2 or $3 or whatever. You have that equity in your home that you can now use to do all these other things. And for most of you, I always recommend that, hey, why don't you just invest in real estate? There is no other vehicle out there, and I'm telling you this because I've been doing this for over 25 years. There is no other vehicle out there that is going to give you the type of return on your investment like real estate. You could take that to the bank, honey. You could take that to the bank. There is nothing else out there. So just think about those folks that bought a house in Avalon when we just started, or maybe when it was jungle, you know, and we say, hey, we're going there. That's Avalon. We're going right there. And it's like, who's going there? Who's going to go till back there? Guess what? Hundreds of you, right? We're now on our 117th project on the ground here at Avalon, yes. And we don't have any shortage of people. Let me just let y'all know that. So if you're getting an opportunity to come here, and we're encouraging you guys to come be our neighbors, etc. There are folks just like you that are living overseas that would like to come back home that are here. There are folks that are migrating to Guyana for good. They're here. They're the young professionals that say, hey, you know, I would like to be in a community that's more like suburbia, like, it's, you know, you give you that whole suburban feel. Yes, that's here at Avalon. Hell, I'm living here at Avalon. We don't promote something that we're not living at. A lot of folks are like, well, Doc, you're going to live there? Yes, I live here. So if I'm telling you to come live in Avalon, you're going to be our neighbor right here at Avalon. So there's so much to talk about, but I don't want to keep this here too light. I want to let you guys know, though, tomorrow tomorrow. Of course, we always drop all these tidbits as to how you can get to your own home. We drop tidbits as to how you can own a nice house, you know, without breaking the bank to make it happen. We drop tidbits on using our interest-free homeownership platform to build your first house or your next house or your income generator. You know, that one that you could live upstairs and rent out the downstairs, do 2 apartments downstairs, and there you go. There's your income that you're making from your own property. It's not even about buying a property no more. How about you build an income generator? You know, and you rent it out. Instead of doing 2 apartments, you could probably do 3 and rent it out. And now, instead of Guyana getting to the point where, you know, with all the foreigners that are coming into the market here, real estate is very affordable for them when they're converting their money and using it here. So think about this. If we are continuing on this path, because remember right now Guyana doesn't have any restrictions that prevents a non-Guyanese from purchasing real estate. And by no means we're not discouraging you guys that are not Guyanese from buying. Please continue to buy. But for our locals, all I can tell you guys is when they buy everything, you are now going to be a tenant in your own country. How about if you had the opportunity to do the same thing now, so that you can now rent your property out to a foreigner or a person that is visiting here, or a person that is coming here for short-term rental. We have Airbnb units, all that stuff that we're putting up. How about you start thinking about long-term investment, but you're doing that from right here in Avalon. You're buying a home that is affordable, and then you're using the equity in the home to either build a second home or the third home. But instead of just doing regular homes, you're just doing income generators, so that you can now have a income coming to you every single month from the properties that you have invested in. Okay? How about you do that? So tomorrow guys, I'm not going to keep this longer. Tomorrow, I'm looking forward to see you guys right here at Avalon. Tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend to tell another friend. Y'all come pack out the place. Bring y'all kites. Bring the children out. I'm bringing out the bouncy houses, the trampoline, all them stuff, the face painting, everything. Y'all come out, because we ain't did one of these in a while. I need y'all to come out. Remember, y'all are coming up to Friendship on the East Bank. You're coming up to Friendship. You're going to count 3 corners from Friendship Secondary School. That's 3 corners. Sometimes you see Friendship Secondary School, you go around that turn, there's 1 corner. Second corner is what they call a shortcut street or something. And then the 3rd corner, you're going to turn in there left. Okay? You can't go right, because that's the Demerara River. And I did change the signboard in the front just so that you'll have a billboard in front of it that say Avalon with the arrow pointing this way. Good. So you're coming in a fancy road, because apparently we road is always get skipped over, right? So you're coming in a fancy road, and you are going to dead end at the community. Okay? We have nice live music, all that stuff planned for you guys. Well, we'll see how all that go. We can't get y'all too much more excited than we already are, excited right now. Come, walk with your requirements. If you're thinking about starting a journey to homeownership, make sure you're bringing your ID, proof of address, proof of income, copy of your TIN certificate. And for those of you that have been telling for over the last, 2 weeks now, we've been talking about this event, bring your manager's check, okay? So you could get started, take advantage of these opportunities that are presenting themselves to you. And remember, opportunities don't last forever. They sure don't. And tomorrow from 12 noon until 6 p.m., we're going to be out here. Come immerse yourself in the community, bring on the kids, bring on the kites. We have kites for some people that don't have kites and so on. We normally do the whole, the community give back every year. So we have stuff for those folks, but of course for those of you that can afford it, then yeah, bring your own stuff too. All right? Bring out your food, bring your little basket, all that stuff right there. It's going to be a really, really good time spent out here in Avalon tomorrow afternoon. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. So share the live, share it all your friends, your family, everybody that is here in Guyana right now. A lot of y'all come home, a lot of y'all here. So I know there's a kind of boat rides, that kind of thing. Here, we'll come learn how to get to your own house in Guyana. Whether you're living here in Guyana or you're planning to come back home to Guyana at some point, come and learn a few things. Come hang out with us for a couple hours, and guess what? Hopefully start your homeownership journey. Either you're going to start the house and land program, or you're going to start, you know, just get the land and pay for that, and then continuously pay for it until you pay for it in full. And then of course, here you go, you have a piece of real estate in your home country that is a whole oil producing nation that making billions. Okay, so until I see y'all, which I hope is tomorrow at noon. Good night, everybody. Good night, Miss Jude. Good night, good night. Of course, can't wait. I can't wait to see you tomorrow too. Rishi, you always invited, okay? So and for all the rest of you that are going to see this live after the fact, because I did announce it, I just jumped on here to let you guys know about what's happening tomorrow. Share the live. Make sure you tell a friend to tell another friend, and we're looking forward to having you guys right here at Avalon tomorrow from noon until 6. Come take advantage of these discounts. Remember, they range from 15% all the way up to 30%. Of course, we're still doing the hour promotion. You never know, we might draw your name, not your name or your number. You never know, you might be one of those lucky ones that actually get a 30% tomorrow. You never know. You never know, right? So until I see y'all with you soon in a few hours. I still have so much stuff to do, but I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Bye y'all, have an awesome night and be safe out there, and please watch the road when y'all are coming up. Take your time, come up. Once you're into Avalon Road, coming down there, you're good. Alright? We will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye guys, and good night everybody. Good night.